You all, we are not licensed professionals. We are just here on this roller coaster called life, trying to be better friends to one another, trying to be better human beings on this planet. If you're tuning in, we are not opting out of therapy. We are not advocating that you listen to us and not see someone who is licensed and trained to help you with day-to-day life on how to cope and deal. So we advocate for therapy a lot here. We believe that everyone has something to talk to somebody about. So, just like to make that disclaimer that we're just here giving our opinions and having discussions week by week. And we're hoping that, maybe you can find something useful, or if at least find a little humor in this terrible, terrible rock we call the world.
In other words, if you listen to our advice and you get popped in the mouth, don't at us.
Yeah, don't at me because you may get popped in the mouth again. Hello. I don't know why I said hello like I was bowing, because that is not. Welcome back to another episode of the Friendship University podcast. The podcast where we come on here week over week trying to encourage you to be better people, because we believe people are our greatest resource. And so in us, we're with you. We're trying to become better each and every day, just a little bit some days and a lot of bit some days, but it all's going to equate to one big progression. So we're back for another week. I'm joined by my lovely co-host, T. Cobell. I like putting the Cobell on there, like there's an asterisk. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing well. Just doing the best that I can. No, doing my best. My best is what I do.
My
Okay.
absolute best.
I did make a move back to where I'm originally from. So doing all of that, all the things, and rehabbing a house type things. It's just all kinds of things happening. So, good things, grateful, like constant things going on, helping my family a lot. So that's cool. So, yeah, it's been a good week. I laugh a lot. The joy is there. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't a joyful person. Like, I really don't know what that would look like. But
Joyful,
I'm
joyful
always
Lord.
laughing. No matter what's happening, I've got a joke. So that helps me. So all is well.
I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would do. I don't know how people get through the world just not laughing.
Listen.
Y'all just so serious or angry or bitter. That's why you just be like, what is going on? I laughs. I laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in inappropriate situations. I've worked on that a little bit, but I'm gonna crack a joke. That's just who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it does lighten the mood. Laughter is like medicine. So
It is.
I believe
For
in that
real.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my week has been good. I've been traveling between traveling and work and just personal endeavors and being in the secret place. I'm too am giving
Uh-huh.
it the best that I got, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're back for another episode. You already know you can anticipate episodes from us every Friday, Friendship Fridays. We're gonna have to put some actual
Bruh, bruh,
actual
bruh,
horns in
bruh,
there.
bruh, bruh.
Download note to our producer. Let's download some horns that we can
Bruh, bruh, bruh,
insert
bruh, bruh, bruh,
over
bruh,
our
bruh.
voice. So I feel like our voice be flat. Uh but yes, so we're back for another week. I know that they're already in there. There was no purpose. I'm saying like layered over our voice so that they're louder. Like producer tag level. How you be like in the club or something, and you be like, bow, 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 bow. like real loud. Like wake people up. I don't really. I know stuff been going on in the world. I ain't really got much. I do want to say this. I do want to take a moment. And I'm not sure. Tarrah and I went to the same college, and I don't know if you heard the news, and I also don't know
About
if you
that
knew.
man.
Yes, I don't
I
know if
didn't
you
know
knew
him
this.
though.
We will, as Friendship University, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of one of our fellow GSU Eagles, Jerome McKinnon. I knew him, and a lot of people knew him, and he passed away. And so, our sincerest condolences to his family, to all of his closest friends, everybody who's affected. Please, Lord, just a peace that surpasses all understanding, just send to that family because bearing a loved one is never easy to begin with, and someone who is young, you feel like they're in the prime of their life, and there's just so much more life to live.
Yeah.
It's tough, and I know I would imagine that even the more to bury a child.
Mm.
So, and he was married, so
Mm.
just love to his family. I would say that we weren't the closest. Like we didn't talk after college, but in college we hung out. We hung out on the same
Mm.
cruise. We talked. We chit chatted. Every time we saw each other, it was love.
Mm.
Great young man, I would say. Honestly, never heard a bad thing about him. Never experienced a bad thing about
Wow.
him. Funny, loving, caring, chivalrous. I mean, just like one of those men that you see and like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be all right if he has anything to do with you being okay in his vicinity, he's going to do that. So again, our deepest condolences to him,
Mm-hmm.
and just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that. And outside of that, I just really don't know. I saw today that something happened with TD Jakes. Like he
Yeah,
had
he
a health
had a
scare or
medical
something
emergency. Yeah, while he was preaching.
yesterday.
Scary.
Since Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been? Do you know if there's been any update on how he's doing?
Yeah, so they said that he's doing well and that, he's just, doing well, but that, yeah, it was like a medical scare. It looked like maybe it could have been a blood sugar issue. They never said, but that's what it kind of gave. To me, it did not give stroke per se or
It
heart
kind of
attack.
gave like about to like pass out, kind of like blood level
Yeah,
low.
yeah. Like he stopped talking and he just, you know.
Mm,
hmm As
okay.
someone who has had like blood sugar things happen to them before, that's what it looked like versus a full on stroke. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully he
Prayers for
as
him.
well is okay.
Mm.
And I thought since by the time you all listen to this, it will be the day after Thanksgiving. But I thought since we're coming up on Thanksgiving, we could discuss a couple of things. I saw a few funny and interesting questions about Thanksgiving online. So I want to kind of go through those. And then maybe we could share some funny Thanksgiving stories. Because I know my family is hilarious. And we've got some funny things that have happened over the holidays.
hmm
So, first of all, Thanksgiving Day, Super Bowl of the Black family. The first two sides you're going for on Thanksgiving Day, when you get to go to make your plate and you sit down, the
hmm
first two sides you're digging into, what are they?
Macaroni and cheese and dressing.
Okay, okay. I think I'm probably definitely gonna dig into dressing because that's just
Mhm.
not something I get all the time. I get it probably
Was the
once a
year.
year. Once a
hmm
year for sure. And I'm probably gonna dig into either the yams because that's also something I don't eat. Like I eat sweet
Can
potatoes
I
on their
get to the
own.
yams? Sweet.
Sweet
Yeah.
yeah. Where's Charlie Wilson? Might check my boy. Yes, probably the yams or the greens because those are just things that I just
They
don't
go together. They
touch.
do. The
They
yams
do
and the
go
greens.
together. The sweetness and the salty, it all comes together.
hmm
And then my family, we make multiple dressings. So we have like a seafood dressing.
I was trying
We
to tell
make
my mama we should do that. She was
it's
not going for it.
delicious. We make a seafood dressing. We got an oyster dressing. We got a regular dressing. because the oysters don't go in the seafood dressing because everybody don't like oysters. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we put all the other seafoods in there. So I'm definitely I got a trio of dresses on my plate that I'm digging
Mm-hmm.
into. So yes,
Are you cooking anything?
you know what? I am not, and you want to know why? Because I am an out of town guest. I have flown in to the city. I have paid my money to get on a plane. That was my contribution. I
My
may
presence is
bring.
my present.
I
My
may.
presence.
My presence is a present. I may stop by Publix and pick up a cake.
A
I may pick up a
a relish tray.
maybe I may pick up a charcuterie board.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Something
Charcuterie.
to nosh on because once you get to the house, the food's not going to be ready.
It's not ready.
It's
It's
not going to
not
be
ready yet.
ready. So I may pick up a charcuterie board so we can nibble, nibble, nudge, nudge. Because you also are not eating breakfast for whatever reason. We're waking up on Thanksgiving Day and not eating breakfast. We're just waiting to dinner, which is normally not till 4, 5, 6.
4. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm not. I am going to go. Have been recruited to still go to me Marjorie's house and help clean up as if I still live there. So I
Mm.
will be there the day before Thanksgiving, cleaning, dusting, setting the dining room table, doing all of that. That's my contribution this year. But normally I do cook. Previous years I've made the mac and cheese, which
Mm.
I
That's
was
a big
very honored
deal.
to. It is. It's that it's just that's why I said it's the Super Bowl of the Black family. So I don't take it for
Who
granted that
made
they
this?
trusted me
Mm-hmm.
with the mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I have made desserts before, so I've made a cake, made a
Mm-hmm.
pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it because I have brought the fried. I've made fried chicken before. People really like my
Mm-hmm.
fried chicken. And other than that, yeah, my mom typically always makes the dress. I mean, always makes the turkey. So turkey
Mm-hmm.
is just nice. It's moist. It's never dry. She makes the best fried corn,
Mm-hmm.
the best collard greens. I will say though, I've hosted a friendsgiving before, and I made everything. I made the turkey. Well, I didn't make everything,
Mm.
but I made the turkey. I made the greens. Um, what else did I make?
Remember when we had Friendsgiving and they was playing? We was playing on that on my glass table. We was playing that card game where you like slap it or something. We was like, really, y'all finna break my table? Like, is that
I
what we
remember
did?
that. It was like,
Or was
what
that
was this?
Easter? Or was that Easter? I don't remember.
That may have been
I think
Easter.
it was Easter.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fun times.
Funny story about a glass table. I may have
What
told this
game was
before.
that?
I, were we were we just slapping the cards to be funny, or did we actually
No, it
have to
was
slap the
like
cards?
whoever. It was like who cups. We were playing cups where you have to
I
like
don't know what cups
grab the
is.
cup first. Something I don't remember. It was like cups or something, and it was like slapping the cup. I don't know, child. I
I
have to
don't
look
know.
up
I
cups.
can't remember. We have help me, Lord.
It
My
was
memory is
fun
not
though.
bad. It's very
I do remember
good.
it being fun for sure.
Well, I
I
mean, we
remember having
always
a good
have
time.
fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Have a great
That's
a time was
a
had. That I do
time, a
remember.
time, a time. Even if somebody is not having a time, we still gonna have a time. Have you ever been in a situation where you like somewhere and you be having fun and somebody not having fun, and then they be mad
It's
at you because
so
you having fun?
annoying.
It's like you're not having fun,
Party pooper.
and
I
then they
hate
get
it.
mad at
Please
you
get
for
out.
having fun.
Get out. Get out. I hate a party
I've
pooper.
been in situations where people purposely just don't want. I'm like,
Purposely. It's
what?
like they want to control the atmosphere. Get out. We're gonna ignore you. At this you're being ignored because we don't want to be down in the poops with you.
This is a good time. We're here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. When we're getting together, so nobody got time for you to just not be
But it
having a
be
good
the
time.
attitude and make everything about you. It's not about you.
I can't. That really
So annoying.
burns my toast. I don't
Yeah,
like
it's so
that.
annoying.
Just take it back to the house.
I
Just,
don't do well with people like that. It's just
just hit
like
the bricks.
I have learned to just ignore them and act like nothing's happening and go along about my day, you know? But I hate when people try to control the atmosphere with their attitude. It's like everybody's having a good time and you have to be the one that's not. And it's like when everybody's just chill, now you want to be all excited. Get out, kick rocks.
Now I'm ready to have a good time. We're done. The
We're
party's
done. We're
done.
tired now.
We are calming down. I was at somewhere one time with a friend I used to have, and we were having a grand time. They were soaking. And,
Mm.
I'm really like, I want everybody to have a good time, and I'm
Mhm.
very like empathetic in the sense that I just want to understand what's going on and kind of meet you where you are. And I was trying to reason with them, like, what's the problem? And they just couldn't tell me anything. I mean, they like walked out, and it was like dark, so I didn't want them like walking around in the neighborhood by themselves. We were in a neighborhood, we didn't even know the area. We were at
My
somebody else's
God.
house. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? What's going on? And then we go, what I'm
Mm.
saying, I try to calm them down. We go back in the party, and we're back to having a good time. And I'm just, I don't want to say I'm the life of the party, but I'm very social. So I'm just talking, laughing, making jokes, and they got mad at me and walked out again. It just was like, I'm like, so you
You with
mad
the
that I've
wrong
been,
somebody.
you with the
Go
wrong
home. I'll meet you
person?
at the house.
Go ahead and take it on to the house. Hit the bricks. Cause I just don't have time for it, especially as the older I get. I just don't have time for it. But
Uh,
y'all let us know what the first two sides is that y'all touching when y'all get to Thanksgiving. Because for some people, I talked to one person, they said they going for the desserts first. I felt
what
like
kind of
that was pretty
monster are
backward.
you?
Well, the reason
Psychopath.
that they said one of the reasons was because they typically will eat some of the dessert first because the food's not ready. But I don't know any house where you can touch the desserts first. Like,
Nah,
you
it's
can't
covered up in
touch.
aluminum, aluminum foil,
And
aluminum
they're in the
foil.
oven, they're in the microwave, they're
Uh huh.
somewhere put aside in a cake dish somewhere. I don't know anywhere, because don't nobody want to present a pie with a piece cut out already. Then you're thinking like, where did you bring that from? Is that a leftover pie? Did you use it already? I don't know. I was like, I mean, I guess, but that doesn't make any sense to me. And then of obviously the kind of quintessential question of what are you thankful for this year around?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm thankful for family and safety and friends. Friendship University. This is Lada. And I'm grateful to have peace of mind.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that's people, man,
Yeah,
man,
I'm
man, man,
grateful
oh
for
man.
that. I'm grateful to have um, a dream, dreams that I
Come
still
on, I have a
hold
dream.
dear. Mm-hmm. Martin Luther King. Yeah, to still have things that are in my heart that I can work towards. I'm grateful for gifts that I have that can be a blessing to other people and that I enjoy doing. And so that's it.
Precious.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What about
I,
you?
you know, not to sound bumper stickery, and I always feel like this. Like, I normally try to take a minute every morning I wake up, and every night I go to sleep, to be thankful to have made it through another day,
Come
because you
on.
just don't
Because you
know.
didn't have to.
Right. And, I don't want to, sometimes when people pass, people have these like epiphanic moments, but they don't last, right? You have these
Mm-hmm.
epiphanic moments where it's like, oh, life is short. And then a month from now, 2 months from now, you just kind of go back to living the same way that you were
Mm-hmm.
living, or not acknowledging that life is as short as we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately have buried a lot of friends. And I'm talking about young
Mm,
people. Didn't make
mm,
it to 40. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Didn't make it to 35. Didn't make it to 30.
mm.
So I always take a moment to be thankful for that. So I'm very thankful to be in health too,
Mm-hmm.
to
For real.
still believe that with long life He will satisfy me.
You know what? And I was lifting something today, and I was like, "Thank you, Lord, for my health and my bones and
Health in your
strength."
bones, your
And
joints.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My knees are still strong.
Uh-oh.
They still are very
Y'all
strong. My
heard that?
ankles. My
You
ankles are
heard that?
strong.
Man of God. She said a man.
My knees and my ankles are very much still strong. Um,
We heard you.
my heart is healthy. I
Mm-hmm.
can run, I can walk. I have
Mm-hmm.
sight. I I don't think I ever told you this. I don't know if I talked about this with anybody, but one day, and this was not too long ago. Actually, this was like right after I moved to DC.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and my one of my eye, I think it was this eye, my right eye, looked lazy, like it was visibly smaller than this eye. And I had
Mm.
never experienced that before. I was like, why is my eye? And it wasn't like, when I was looking at it, it didn't look swollen like it would be smaller. It just looked like smaller, like a lazy eye. And I was like, looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, wow. And I mean, like, it kind of caught, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was going to happen. I like literally, it came to a point after like hour 7, because it was like that the whole entire day.
Mm.
After hour like 7, I was like, well, Lord, if this is going to be my eye, I trust you. I'm still beautiful in your sight. And no disrespect, there's no disrespect people with lazy eyes. I'm just saying, to look at yourself and see that you've never seen that before, it's like, what is going on? But then I had to wake up and I was like, oh no, this is not my face. Like, my eye is healed in Jesus' name. Luckily, I went to sleep and the next day I woke up and my eye was normal. I still to this day do not know. Lord, if you were trying to tell me something, hopefully I passed the test and got the message. But it was very like, I was just like, wow, to even think about the fact that, yeah, I wear glasses, but even with my glasses, I can see relatively well. I'm not going blind. And, these are just things. I
You
know
take
it,
for
like I
granted.
said, it sounds cliche, but you just take for granted.
Yeah.
Like, you could get into a car accident, and I'm not wishing this upon anybody. In Jesus' name, I'm praying that none of this happens to any of our listeners. You and me, we're safe, covered in the blood. You just don't know. There's a girl I follow on social media, young. I think she's under 30, and she was in a seven pile car pile up.
Wow.
So now she is paralyzed
Mm.
and has incontinence and all this, and she was like a gym bro. She was
Wow.
a fitness trainer. That was like
That's
her
so sad.
livelihood, all kind of stuff. And she's kind of, I will say, she's kind of like turned it around, and she's very positive and believes that
Mm-hmm.
God did this happen for a reason and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
and I've been in accidents. I've
Mm.
been in some like bad accidents
Mm.
and walked away with a scratch. I remember
Wow.
I got into a car accident. I was maybe like 19, and I I was actually this was probably the only accident. This was the only accident that I actually was driving the car and I was at fault in. I made a left turn on a yellow turning red and I hit the car who was also trying to run away. We actually were both found to be at fault because they were running the red light. I was running the red light. And I hit them. Airbags deployed. Car toppled over. I did like this. This is when I learned airbags are full of the hardest gravel. It took my skin off here. Like, if I had not done this, that would have been my face. So all of my skin, thank God it's grown and you can't even see a scar anymore. I took all my skin off, and the lady had to end up going to the hospital. There were children in the car. Thank goodness none of the children were injured. That I'm thinking about. I was in an accident on the freeway.
Mm.
Somebody else was driving
Mm.
and got hit. We were in the far left lane, speeding, and our car spun all the way to the exit ramp, 4 lanes, and no other
Wow.
car ever hit us. So these are just things I just you bring myself back into remembrance of, not
Mm-hmm.
to like dwell on it, but to be thankful that I've been kept this far, that
Mm-hmm.
the hand of
Mm-hmm.
the Lord has been upon my life. So I'm thankful for that. I too am thankful for a dream. I'm thankful for Friendship University. I'm thankful for our listeners, our supporters, people who tune in and believe that we have something to offer this world, because there are a lot of offerings, some good, some bad. I'm hoping we fall into the good pile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for family, to still have one parent that I can go and visit, and not only feel obligated to visit, but love talking to, who's an actual
Mm-hmm.
friend. Thankful for friends, people I can confide in. I'm thankful for food. Thank you, Lord. It's good
Mm-hmm.
to my belly.
Clean water.
Clean water, indoor
Heat.
plumbing. I'm
Air
thankful to be
conditioning.
born in the era that I was born in.
Mm.
We could have been born in the 50s, the 40s, the
Slavery.
30s, the
You got to sleep with
1800s.
master.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you saying sleep with, like it wasn't involuntary. They
Mm-hmm.
weren't choosing
You
to
got to
sleep with
lay
master.
down.
I saw uh like replica of what an actual slave shack looked like. Because when we see it on movies, we see things and you think, oh, a shack, it's bad, but it's not. But no, like an actual slave quarters, they said were like 4x4 plywoods,
Mm.
almost like that's what. And they were like sleeping on top of each other, or like no covers, nothing. When it's cold outside.
Why would they not give them covers? What's the covers gonna do?
Tara, why would they be? Why would they whip them? Why would they be slaves? It's just.
I mean, but how's the cover going?
I guess they
They
thought
gotta
it
work
gave them.
all day. They can't get a cover. Jesus.
I would imagine, if your mind is so far past imagining someone just because of the color of their skin or whatever as non-human, I would imagine there's like no compassion that lies there. Like,
Mm.
so yeah, thankful to be born in the era that I'm born in.
Mm-hmm.
But I can go on and on what I'm thankful for. We
Mm-hmm.
do
On
this
and
at the
on.
table. I don't know if y'all do this at your table.
I
We
don't
limit
know.
it to one thing though, because people can go on and on and on about it. But yes, I have had some Thanksgivings with family that have been
Mm-hmm.
hilarious, or even just like some crazy stuff that's happening. So I was wondering, has anything crazy ever happened to you at your Thanksgiving with your family, or with anybody actually? Because we've spent Thanksgiving with friends before, others. Somebody
You
mess up
know,
a dish.
no, our Thanksgivings are usually really chilled. One thing that happened that is really funny that I tell is we were all playing taboo, and it was my dad's turn, and my dad is like a preacher. And so, his things he talks about is usually very, PG. And but his word was G string. So he was trying to describe what it was.
I've seen your
And we were
dad.
like, I don't, what are you saying? It was funny. Very
I've
funny.
seen your dad, so him trying to describe that is
Hmm. Yeah.
kind
It's
of
very opposite. They don't go together. So it was funny, but we all laughed and it was hilarious.
that's fun. Well,
Hmm.
on the contrary, my family, we have had some things. I'm thankful that normally there's no fighting. I would say
Yeah, we don't have all
we
that.
don't we don't have any. We hmm, I can't remember. a time where I've been with my family and they fought, but I do remember I was dating this guy and I
Mm.
went to,
Red flag.
we came to my family's Thanksgiving first. And because my family eats relatively early or on the
Mhm.
earlier side. And so then we went to his family's house and he has like those aunts and uncles that carry the fifth around, if you know what I mean.
Oh wow.
And they like
Mhm.
to, do that. And then around the latter hours of the night, they get a little loose because that fifth is in them.
Mhm.
So his aunt, I started going ham on everybody because she was hosting at her house.
Mm.
And somebody said something. I don't know if they said something about one of the dishes or like, I can't fully remember, but all I remember is her yelling, cursing, going off on everybody. And y'all can get the F out. Y'all don't have to be the F here and da 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 da.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh, well, maybe we should head on out. And he was just like, oh no, that's just her. And I was like, er?
Oh, I got one. I got one. I got one. So I was dating. I don't even think I was dating. I think I was like married to someone, and we went to visit his friend's house, but it wasn't his friend's house for Thanksgiving. It was his friend's uncle's house. Okay, I don't know these people from Adam. We get a plate. Everybody's chilling. I think I might just be eating like some sweets or something. And this man is drunk. He's drunk.
It happens.
Okay. Um, he's just saying anything. Next thing I know, I see a shotgun. Okay.
you, I got
I'm from
some for you
Chicago.
too. That you from
I'm from
Chicago.
Chicago.
You don't just sit around with a gun out like that.
I was like,
Chirac, baby?
it
Absolutely
was
not.
very much color purple. Time to go. And I was out of there. My ex was like, where did you go? I'm sitting in a car. I'm in the car. You not moving. I'm gone. I'll meet you later. I was like, you ready to go? Like, oh no, it's cool. No, I'm out.
They
I'm out of
really just
here.
be like, no, that's just them. We fine. Ain't nothing. No.
I don't care what you got to say. I'm gone,
A
yo.
shotgun?
He's flailing. He's already intoxicated. What makes you think he's not gonna shoot nobody? I'm gone. I don't know these people. I'm out.
I,
Done.
that made me think about,
And he's like, where did you go? I'm like, I'm in the car.
I
He pulled
left.
out a gun. I'm gone. Like I'm ready to go.
You want to know what that makes me think of?
What's wrong
It
with you
makes me
people?
think of, I would be the same way. Remember on that episode, you watched the Jamie Foxx show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when on that episode where he was like, "Oh Lord, he got a gun." He just fainted.
Faded. Done.
Like, no, I'm out. I don't
I'm
play with
out. I
guns.
don't want to
I do
know.
not
I
play
don't
with
want to be a part of
guns.
this joke. This is not funny to me. I'm
It's
gone.
it's just
Why would you do
it's
that?
too erratic. I mean,
It's too.
but
I'm not. No.
you want to know what, you want to know what's funny about that? People are so used to chaos
That
that they
is
don't even
normal to
know when
them.
they're in danger. Like it's just normal. Like you're just so used to this is a dangerous situation.
I'm out.
This is
I'm
not
out.
somebody who is, first of all, somebody pulling out a gun, period. I'm out. But you're talking about somebody intoxicated, pulling a shotgun out. And nobody got time for that. You saying that made me think of, I had a similar situation. I was dating the same young man because I do not learn. I did, at that point, I did not learn fast. So we at this point had spent two Thanksgivings together. We had spent two
Oh my
holidays
god.
together. Um, Back at the same aunt's house because we had the same routine. Go to my family's house, peace and quiet. Go to. We should have flipped it.
Chaos.
Chaos. Um, We couldn't have flipped it though, because my mom, especially when it be a lot of people, she'd be like, "Okay, we're closing up shop. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed." Uh, there was a situation. There was some arguing going on in one room, and I heard it. And the room that they were in, you had to like, it was attached to the kitchen. So I was like walking in the kitchen to get something, and all I heard was da da da, da, and then I saw somebody pull out a gun. It was like a little handgun. I don't know what kind of gun it was, but they had it like this. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna leave. I walked back around to the living room. I was like, so somebody in there got a gun. I'm about to head out because I don't play around with that. Da, da, da. And they was the same way. They were like, oh no, if they ain't not gonna shoot. Da, da, da. I was like, I will beat you outside. And I sat in the car. They better be lucky I didn't pull off because I would have left if I had the keys. But I sat in the car for about 10, 15 minutes. They came out. I was like, what's going on? I said, there's a gun out in that house. I don't know if it's loaded. I don't know what this person's capable of. I'm not risking it for the biscuit. Absolutely not. Are you crazy? I have, help me, Lord. I've grown. I've spent some crazy Thanksgivings with some significant others. And it's not even that I've gone to a lot of significant others' houses because I haven't been in a lot of like serious relationships. Only been like 2 or 3, but they be like years. So there was one time I was with another significant other and another red flag. We were at his parents' house or his mom's house, I should say, for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And he got upset about something and started yelling at his mama.
Oh no, we don't yell at moms.
And I was like, are you yelling at your mama? Like,
Mm-mm.
for real. Like, yelled, then went upstairs to the bedroom, slammed the door. I was like, are we in like a 1990s white sitcom? Because what you
That's
mean yelling at
embarrassing.
your... It was so, I was like, it was so uncomfortable for me. I was apologizing like that was my mother.
It's like when you over your friend's house and they get a whooping. It's
They
like, what
get
am
in
I supposed to do
whooping.
now?
They get in trouble.
You could have just sent me home and then whooped them, but you gonna whoop them in front of me. Not what I'm supposed to do. Just sit up here by myself, like.
And I'm supposed to act like you didn't just get a whipping and you weren't just screaming bloody murder and crying for your life. Now we're supposed to just get on the game because we're going to get on the game. And then if you talk smack and I bring up the fact that you was just crying,
Now I'm
like,
wrong. Now I'm
now
wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm out of control. Now I'm insensitive.
Right.
So I don't know. But
Mm.
yeah, that is crazy. Like I said, there's really no
So,
argument that happens in my family.
question: if you're dating someone and they do not invite you to, you've been dating for a while, and they don't invite you for Thanksgiving, what does that mean?
I'm I'll say there are a few factors that I'm going to take into account with this
Do
scenario.
you feel like you should continue talking to them? Do you feel like you should ask them why they didn't invite you? What do you think?
I'm going to take into account how long we've been dating. Have we established what we actually are? Like, are we just dating and it's, still kind of in the casual stage, or we haven't made a monogamous move yet?
Mm-hmm.
Um, how old we are?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like younger, you may not
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. If you're older and sometimes you're more likely to be in a more serious relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's different. But, and then I'm also going to take into account their relationship with their family
Oh yeah,
because
yeah. That could
some
be.
people just
Don't
be
want to be around your family.
embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
they
That
be
makes sense.
embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say if I am in a monogamous relationship with someone and we've been dating, let's say Thanksgiving is coming up and by that time we've been dating like 4 months. I'm saying anywhere between like 3 to 6 months or more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be thinking like if I don't get an invite to Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be thinking, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, you know what I'm saying? Do you just not want me? You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I'm also thinking, have I already met your family at this point?
Mm.
Like, because the holidays for a lot of people is that first entry point where you are meeting family.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easy, not easy like, but it's easy because everybody's there. People can come in, meet. You kind of get vetted a little bit.
For sure, you're being vetted. 100%.
I
That I did not look
another
forward to. Being vetted by
I
people, family. That's annoying.
it's very annoying. And I
Mm-hmm.
had a situation where I went to somebody's Thanksgiving and their uncle, again, red flag, same person, uncle was very hands on, touchy feely, and I was like,
Ooh.
now I will say that they were like, hey, chill out, like you doing a lot, like relax, but yeah, that was interesting. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna be asking questions, and not in a situation of like what, but I just really want to have a conversation about it because I really want to understand where your thinking is, because it's the lack of communication where you start to have trouble, because that's where your mind makes up the scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what this person's thinking, what's actually going on. If you never talk about it, then you're like, well, they must not have wanted me to meet their family or
Mm-hmm.
XYZ. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it, because regardless of the outcome, whether you say something that I don't want to hear, like, oh, I'm not ready for you to meet my family, and we start going into, well, we've been talking to X, Y, why you're not ready to meet my family, and then it leads to us maybe no longer being together, or I learn something about your family and then we start to unpack that, I still need to know that regardless so that I don't waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am with that for me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What you thinking?
Yeah, it's a lot of variables there. It depends on how, of course, how long you've been talking. You know, how serious is it? Are we exclusive? If we've been talking for a little while and we're exclusive and you do not invite me to your house for Thanksgiving, major red flag. Major, because it doesn't matter. Eventually, I'm going to have to meet your family. So why?
Exactly.
Like, I'm just going to have to
Exactly.
meet them, and why don't you want me to? Like, I don't care if you're embarrassed. Like, if I marry you, I'm going to have to meet your family. Like, doesn't matter.
Right.
They're a part of who you are, whether you like them or not. So,
Exactly.
like, we need to. So yeah, for me that would be, if we're dating and we're exclusive, that'd be a major red flag. Like, would that be a conversation? Like, why? Why am I not? Why are we not going to your family's house? Yeah, for sure. Unless
On
it's
the
like they're in another city, or like
yeah,
we're
the
going to my
givens,
family. I
yeah.
mean, for the holidays, like we're gonna see
Right.
your family at some point. Like, unless you're like, no, we're not, and then I'll be like, that's a red flag to me. But if we're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like talking and we don't, that's not. But exclusive, talking relationship, you don't meet the family, that's not good.
that's I agree. I
Not
don't
good.
know about that.
Not a good thing.
We need to talk and see what's happening. Cause yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you're planning a future with me, at some point I'm gonna need to meet your family.
Mm-hmm.
So
And, and
why not now?
and personally, I like to be with my own family on holidays.
Yeah, same.
And not that I like to be with, now if I stop by a house, that's different.
Right.
But to not at all be with my family on the holidays, I think that is weird. And I know people that were like that. I'm like, why would you not be with your own family? It was just weird. It was just like, I don't know. I mean, I get like people having family issues, so I get that, but you still need to like show your face for a little while. So unless you're not in the city, like you're in a whole nother state or something. But yeah, so I personally would rather be with my own family. And like I've been to Thanksgivings because I was going to school out of town in another state where people allowed me to be with their family, which was cool, but it doesn't feel good to me because like they have all the inside jokes, you don't know anybody, it's awkward. It's just you can't unbutton your pants, can't blow up nobody's bathroom if you need to. It's just like,
You can't really go back for seconds or
yeah, you
thirds
can't
because
just be
then you're
at home.
like,
You can't be greedy. You can't. Not to say we should be greedy anyway, Lord, but you just can't. You just can't be comfortable. And so for me, that's not fun. But
I can get I can get making a sacrifice
For
Like let's say you're really
significant other.
serious. If you're serious and y'all are like,
Yeah, for
if
sure.
y'all been
For
talking
sure.
about marriage and all
For
this,
sure.
I need you to come meet my family. I can get making the sacrifice to
A
not
hundred
meet your
percent.
family on Thanksgiving or whatever holiday you
100%.
choose to go meet their family, and then maybe the next holiday they meet your family or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, I feel like if you're when you're close with your family and you actually enjoy their company, you like them,
Yeah.
it's a sacrifice when you don't get a
Yeah. It's
chance to
like,
go spend the holiday with them.
and then everybody's talking about it, and you weren't there, and then like you have to hear about it. So annoying. But like, unless you're like with a significant other, I would rather be at my own family's house. That's just.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. Me too. On the flip side of that question, is it a red flag, or how do you feel about if you feel like someone invites you too soon to a Thanksgiving holiday? Or is there such
Mm.
thing as a too soon invite to
Yes.
meet the family?
Yes. To me, yeah, it's too soon. There is a too soon. Like, why? Like, we're not even together. Why am I meeting your family? Because then they're gonna be like, "What are you?" And you're gonna be like, "My friend," and then that's gonna be awkward. So
That
it's
is
just like
so awkward. I've known so
so
many people in that situation.
awkward.
My
My
siblings have
friend,
done
that's a
that
girl. We
before.
talking.
I'm
I'm like,
like,
nah, I'm
why
not
are you
coming over
bringing this
there for
person?
y'all to interrogate me, and I ain't got no answers for you. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I think I have been invited what I felt like was too soon. I was
Mhm.
like, I don't think we're at that stage where
Mhm.
you and in my family, especially for me, I don't just bring people home. Like it's a big deal. Like I have only brought two people home before. And
Mhm.
we were like in serious long term, like multiple year relationships at this point. And one
Mhm.
of the people I brought home, I technically didn't bring home. My family already knew them.
Mhm.
So they just, once we started dating, they were coming
Mhm.
around more for the holidays. But yeah, because my mom is not really with that either. And she will really make it vocal. Because I've had like
Ah!
one of my siblings has like at one point for like a few years straight, they were bringing someone new home every Thanksgiving. And so she was like,
Now,
don't
who
bring
are
nobody
you
else new out of my house. Like she was like, don't, if y'all not really
together?
serious or together or,
I would
because my mom
never
was
do
like,
nobody like that. I just would never do anyone like that. My
what's
family's
the
kind of
point?
brutal. They're not a game. You got to be ready. And I wouldn't put nobody through that if they're not.
Yeah, we joke, we joan.
They fit a joke. You got to be ready. So I would never do that to somebody like that. I would never bring somebody home just to bring them. Unless I'm
Just
gonna
that.
marry you, I'm not bringing you to my family. Like I just would never do you like that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's.
Because they're gonna give me their opinion, and it's like whether I ask for it or not. So unless I'm serious about you, I'm not bringing you to my family.
Yeah, and then it's just like, also too, oftentimes I'm at my mom's house or like an aunt. And I don't want to bring anybody. Like now you know where my mom lives, and
Right, right.
you know what I'm saying. If
You
I
know
got a
where my
level of
family lives for
trust, right?
sure, for
If we don't
sure.
have this level of a trust established, I don't want you to
Right,
have all that information about me.
right.
So
I think
I'm
that's a
not.
girl thing because guys don't think like that. They're like, yeah, come over, come see my mom, like blah blah, like, and you could not be together for real. Just come by the house, like that don't really mean as much to everybody. But for my family,
Yeah,
oh, I'm not bringing you home unless I'm serious about you. Unless we're together, period.
that could be
Because then
true.
if we break up, then it's like you're gonna hear about this person for the next 2 to 3 years. I'm not interested. So unless I'm really invested, unless I'm seriously invested, I'm not bringing to my family because
Yeah,
they're not a game.
it's my family is like, I don't want to say like a gate, but they're like another layer
For sure,
of
another
what
layer.
I want to
Mhm.
see how you like interact,
Mhm.
how y'all mingling, how you reacting. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and it's no point in me doing that with someone who I don't feel serious about,
Comfortable.
and especially at this age and where I am at the
This
stage of my
age and
life.
stage.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The next person who meets my family and I bring to a holiday, we on the marriage track. We
Period.
done probably already talked about it, and that's what's gonna happen. Cause I ain't bringing nobody else home. I don't
How do
have
you
time
feel?
for it.
How do you feel about like Thanksgiving proposals?
On one hand, it's like I get it because the family's around. It's like an optimal moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just let me eat first. Let me get my plate first. Like maybe do it during the dessert.
I'm
You know
dead
what I'm
by.
saying? Right, because now I gotta be like, congratulations! Oh, I gotta get up, we hugging, and my turkey getting cold.
Hmm.
Let me eat first, and
But
then
then if I eat, now I'm gonna be on camera. My stomach gonna be all
oh,
big and
that's
stuck
true. My
out. My
lipstick
lipstick
gone.
gone. I'm hot.
That's true. That's another thing. Thanksgiving proposals. I feel a kind. You know, it's not about you, obviously. Especially if somebody else's proposal, it's not about you. But I really do thoroughly appreciate when people put together proposals and they get the friends together. Because now you in line. You done dressed appropriately. You got your
Hmm.
hair. You got your nail. You know that you're going to be on camera. You know it's going to be a big deal. These photos are going to be
Hmm.
circulating everywhere. I appreciate that. I appreciate when people do things like that. But I get it.
Hmm.
I would say the only kind of caveat I would have around that would be one, like if not necessarily catches everyone off guard, but if it's like a situation where your family may not even know you're dating
Hmm.
or like I don't know. And maybe that may not even be a big deal because you don't necessarily have to tell your family you're dating, but it would kind of be like awkward. I could see it being awkward if like y'all been dating for like 4 months and you maybe never brought it up to your parents um or like they know you're dating and the person comes and there's been like not so great interactions throughout the night,
Mm.
like it kind of seems a little awkward already and then they propose.
Mm.
That would kind of be like a little awkward for me, but I don't see an issue with them. I mean, take
Hmm.
your moment, king. Like get down on one knee. Do it on Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm down for it.
Hmm.
The family's there. It's a good time. Usually people are already in a good mood.
They're already in a good mood. Yeah, I could see why
Mhm.
people do it. I could definitely see why people do it. So,
How you
yeah.
feel about it?
Would I want to get proposed to on Thanksgiving? I don't know. I don't know. It just depends on the vibes. Just depend on the
That's true.
vibes.
And then it's like, also, where is it happening? Are we at your family's
Right,
Thanksgiving
right. I
and you
was just
proposing?
thinking that. I was just thinking
Or
that.
are we at my family's and you're
Yeah. What's the
proposing?
vibes? What's the vibes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because again, it could go into that like, if we're at your families and your mom or something, it's like, and then they'd be like,
What is the vibes? What's the atmosphere? What's the
right.
ambiance?
Has it called for that? But then also too, I would want you to be able to read the room, but
Is
I also wouldn't want you to base your decision to take that step with me based on whatever's been happening. But I guess you can like maybe wait till we're alone
yeah. Is it
and
is
not
it
do it
like
there.
yeah, is it like a vibe or is the scent of chitterlings in the air? What's happening? What's
I
happening?
would like to know that my family does not make chitterlings. My
We don't make
granny used
chitterlings.
to. When we used to go to my granny's house when I was younger, she definitely made them. But my family, my mom, has never
We
made
don't make
them
them.
at
I
our
think
house.
they smell like booty hole. That's my personal
Absolutely.
opinion. Some people
Absolutely.
like I think they're the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. But anyway, yeah, like what's happening? I used to walk around when we used to have at my house Thanksgiving at my house growing up. and they would make like every dish known to man, and then somebody be making chitlins. I used to walk around like this. Look, look, look. Like, I just thought it was the most. I have a very extremely sensitive nose. Extremely. So it was like,
You
I
do.
could not
You do.
take it. I
You
could
do. You
not
be
take it.
smelling stuff. I'm like, you be like, you smell that? I'm like,
It
I
is
don't.
so strong. And my mom used to be like, if you don't, I used to be like, it's stanky here. She used to take me places.
Don't be embarrassing me like that.
It's stanky
But
here.
it does have a
Somebody,
strong
it's stanky
smell.
here.
It does. Even when they're clean and they're being served, you
It
can still like
doesn't
smell the
matter.
cook.
If you clean them, they stink. It
I've
just
never
smells
eaten
like,
one. No disrespect to the people who do eat them. I know that some
I
people
don't
grew up on
care.
them, but it's just for me. They don't look
Smells like booty
appetizing.
hole, huh?
I mean, they basically
Smells
are. Man,
like
no
toe
sin
jam.
tested. But somebody was like, people eat, was it pork loin, which is
I
the
don't eat
pig
that
butt?
either.
I don't know whatever the pig butt
I don't
part
eat that
is. They
either.
was like, you'll eat booty, but you won't eat the intestines. Which
That's so
I don't think
nasty.
is a fair equation because intestines in the inside of your body is very different than the outside of your body. What you've been eating, what you digesting. Like if we opened ourselves up and saw like what was actually inside of our body, some of us would probably, most of us, including myself, would probably be horrified
Pork
of
pie.
the toxins and everything that's
Disgusting.
already living in there. So I don't know. But
Yeah, I
we
have
are
a
not a
very sensitive
chitterling
nose.
family,
Extremely.
and I'm very thankful. I am thankful for that. I'm thankful that we do not make the chitterlings on Thanksgiving, and we probably never will.
I
I
used to
pray
like
that I
stick
marry someone who
tissue up
doesn't.
my nose so I didn't have to smell.
Did they like just bring them, or were they making them at your house?
They were making them in my house because for like
Oh.
3 years, like the whole family came to our house. And so it would be every single dish you can think of they
Mm.
were making. So they was making chit. Well, that was one of the dishes that everybody wanted, I guess. Yeah. But I thought it was the most disgusting. I just would. I used to just stick tissue up my nose so I didn't have to smell. It smells
You
so
have you
bad.
have you made a dish for Thanksgiving before?
Sure,
You
surely.
made.
So I've been on dips and desserts for the past
Come on,
5
dip.
years. For the past 5 years, well, really like 10 years. So like peach cobbler, cakes,
Mm.
fall cake, apple cake, like caramel
Mm.
cake, like
Mm.
like what do they call those drop cakes or whatever, or mostly like cake or peach cobbler. Then I make a spinach dip, which is like my famous recipe, my mom's spinach dip,
Mm.
and a
I'm gonna have to
crab
get that up
dip.
off you.
Hmm?
I like a good spinach dip. I may have to get that
I
up
don't know. I
off
don't know if I can
you.
share. I don't know. I don't know if
I
that's
get
what we
it.
can
I
do.
get it.
I'll have to ask. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Ask the prayer warrior, please.
It's
Tell her to pray
amazing.
about it. I'm
It's ama-
trustworthy.
It's amazing. So good. And then like crab dip, hot crab
Mm.
dip. So I've been on dips and desserts for quite a while. I help with other things. Um, but I'm not responsible for the main dishes. And I'm quite okay with that because it's never been at like my house as an adult, and I feel like the people that it's their house, they're the one that make the main dishes.
That's normally how it
So
goes.
my I used for a long time I was in Texas with my sister, so her and her husband's like a serious cook, like for real. And his mother is like she's actually a caterer. So
Mm.
they made all of it and I just did the other stuff. But I think this year I'm gonna make a peach cobbler, and I
Ooh.
think probably a dip, maybe a dip in a peach cobbler. But I know for sure I'm making it a peach cobbler. But that used to be my thing, the peach cobbler. But yeah,
Dip and a dessert.
dips
I
and
like
dessert.
that. I like a dip,
Mhm.
And I also like. Does your family make anything that's like non-traditional? Like, do you have anybody in your family that maybe like international or like your brother-in-law, for instance, is like Southern, right? So he be
He's
barbecuing.
Cajun. Like, he's from
Asian. Do he be
Louisiana.
bringing anything
So he used to. See,
in
they live out of town
Texas?
now. So he used to make like etouffee.
Mm-hmm.
And his dressing was like on the Cajun side. Bomb, bomb. Um, Sometimes he would make like a gumbo. But mostly like an etouffee. But um But the thing that we make that other people would make is the spinach dip. Like, that's like our go to family dish that we like have to have. That's not important to other people, but to us it's important.
You don't really. I mean, that's like appetizers. You don't really hear about appetizers at
Yeah,
Thanksgiving, so that's good. A spinach dip.
it's
I don't really think I've ever heard of anybody having dips. We have had like a crab s dip that my sister has made over the last few years, but that's more recent. Well,
mhm.
growing up, we didn't really have. We did have like stuff like some of us being from like the islands and stuff, so we have like plantain, rice and
Oh,
peas.
I love
Sometimes we would have like
plantains.
oxtails.
Oh my god, I love plantains. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's one of my
so
favorite foods.
it's very
I
good,
heard it's
very
like
good.
hella carbs and it makes you gain weight.
It's a lot of carbs. I can see it making you gain weight. But what I will say is a lot of people think there's added sugar in it, but
It's
plantains,
not.
especially when they get ripe, are very
It's
sweet.
naturally
They're
sweet.
like bananas where you make banana pudding. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't add any extra sugar to it normally to make it any sweeter than what it already is. It's like a butter, how you can caramelize butter. You can
Mm-hmm.
caramelize the plantain and then
So
they get even
good.
sweeter. Yes.
So good.
Um yeah, we do that. Um, so favorite Thanksgiving sitcom episode,
Mm.
or you have some favorites?
Oh, when Ashley was praying over the food, she was like, we was like,
And Dale and Will looked up and looked over her like, "What's
said, thank you, Lord, for this stupid food.
I think that was like episode 1 or 2 when he had just moved in. He had that suit jacket on with that
Yep, and
T-shirt
that little
and
hat.
that.
Or was that Thanksgiving?
That was
Maybe
definitely Thanksgiving,
I
I
think
believe.
so.
Cause yes, it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, he
I
was like,
think
Uncle Phil was like, swimming in a cream sauce of tiny onions, something like that.
I
It was
that's a good
definitely it
one.
was definitely a Fresh Prince episode for sure.
No, I don't know if the prayer was Thanksgiving, but I remember there were a few Thanksgiving episodes. Was that Thanksgiving where
I don't know, but I know it's Fresh Prince. I know they have some good Thanksgiving episodes that I enjoyed.
they do? I think Living Single has some good Thanksgiving episodes too. That episode where Max ex called and was like,
Have you
I
ever
want
had
to
an
talk to
ex
you
show
or
up for
see you.
Thanksgiving?
Yes,
I
and
have.
it was
Woo!
I have. And it was
Mm, mm, mm.
I had an ex show up for Christmas one time,
Mm,
and they brought me a gift.
mm. Mm-hmm.
How was your experience with your ex showing up for Thanksgiving?
All right. So it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. He's like, "Can I come by?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He was cool. Him and his
uh,
mother came. Him and his mother came to the house, and they played a game with us. It was cool. We're a cool family, so it was all good.
I had an ex show up uninvited and unannounced.
Oh,
That was fun.
sir, go home. You weren't invited.
I was like, I'm like, just because
What
you're
if your ex shows
family
up
friend,
and you have a new person there? That's embarrassing.
I'm gonna tell my new person sick of. Nah, I'm just kidding. You're not a dog, but we too old. First of all, we too old to be showing up at people's houses. Like, come on, when
Yeah.
we gonna stop crashing out? Like, as a retired crash out,
You ain't never crashed out. You so intellectual. I can't see it.
I've popped up at somebody's house before. I've also broken a dish or two.
I don't believe you. She's
Thank
exaggerating,
you.
people.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that I don't look like I be crash. I don't crash out like big. I nearly. I think the one time I laugh about it today because we be so stupid. Good Lord, help us, ladies. Delusional. The red flags were everywhere, but my ex was not answering my calls.
Ooh.
And I don't like to be ignored. That was really peeing me off.
Isn't this Michelle Obama dance? She used to be like,
I don't know.
there's a little meme of her going like this.
I don't know. Um, I don't like to be ignored. And something had happened. We had
You
gotten to
do
it.
not
I do
like to
not
be ignored.
like to be ignored.
Mm-mm. It's not
Even if
doing
you
good for
just
you.
tell me, hey, you could text, whatever. I don't want to talk right now. Cool. I'll leave it be. But like the whole day went by.
You
And
don't
I
like it.
knew
You don't like it.
at the time he was living with his sister
Mm-hmm.
in a townhouse they were splitting. And I knew that they used to keep the door unlocked. Like the neighborhood, it it was interesting. Like a good portion of their entire family like owned townhouses in that neighborhood. Like
Oh, interesting.
aunts, uncle, yeah. It was like one of them kind of like mini exclusion family kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that they would often leave their door unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
So I got in the whip. I went over there. He was not home. I went up to his bedroom. He had a couch in his room. I went up to his bedroom. I sat on the couch and I waited for him to get home. And he opened that door to his bedroom and I was sitting there with my legs crossed. I was like, hello. Would you like to sit down and talk? He was like so taken aback. I think about it now and I'm like, it wasn't even worth all that. Like, that was so ridiculous, so delusional, just
Definition of a pull up.
pull up. I was like, after that, after I did it and really thought about it, I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Like, letting someone feel like they have this much power
Power
over
over
you.
you.
But yes, that's probably the largest, I guess, crash out. He was like, I can't believe you broke into my house. I said, I didn't break it in. The door was open. The door was very much unlocked. So I did not break in. The door was
I
very
didn't
much
break in.
unlocked.
Your door was unlocked. That's hilarious. That's so funny.
I came.
That's so
And we did talk though, and which it should have been it should have been done then, but
funny.
made up and whatever, wasted more time than should have. After that,
Not wasting more time.
wasted more time.
Useless. Useless. Useless.
Useless, useless,
That is so
useless.
funny.
Just thinking about it makes me
Can I
cringe
get
now.
to the yams? Sweet
Sweet, yeah,
yams.
show me the way. Oh my gosh, I just thought about something when we were talking about Thanksgivings. Do y'all ever in your family, if somebody do something like funny or like crazy, do y'all oftentimes like bring it up when y'all all together? Like, remember
A
that
hundred
time
percent.
you did such and such? Okay. So I'm looking forward to this because it will more than likely come up on Thursday with my family. So every Thanksgiving, we reminisce about, there was one year my mother tried a new recipe for the mac and cheese. She had seen,
That's a cardinal
yes.
sin.
People out there, that
You
big
don't do that.
holidays
Okay,
is
yeah.
not the time to try a new
That is
recipe. It's
not the
just
time.
not. Just do what you know to do,
Do what you normally do.
unless you test it out beforehand.
Unless you tested
Unless
it
you make
beforehand.
it, get a couple of taste tests, that's good to go. We can do it. And then you can be like, yeah, I tried a new thing. And everybody be, oh, this is so good. This is not a new
Mm-hmm.
norm. But don't just
Mm-hmm.
show up.
Mm-hmm.
So she had been in her Martha Stewart era. So she was watching Martha
Uh-huh,
Stewart on
Martha.
TV. Which, if you have not seen that doc, please watch it. She is a
Oh,
hoot. Martha is crazy.
wow. It makes more sense than why her suit friends, huh? It's making more sense. It's making more sense.
So Martha put Italian dressing in her mac and cheese. Put Italian dressing in it.
Mm-mm.
And my mother decided to put Italian dressing into our mac and cheese.
Mm.
And didn't tell anybody. Just put it on the table like normal. On the top, it looked normal, nice and crisp. We
Ah.
started passing it around. Everybody was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, all you heard was, what? Is this rancid? What? Did you cook the noodles all the way? Is the cheese bad? It was just chaos around the table. And my mother's just sitting there quiet, and we all looking at her, and she looking at us, and we looking at her, trying to figure out what happened and what you doing. And she's like, well, I tried a new recipe that I saw at Martha Stew where she put some Italian dressing in her, so I thought it would be nice too.
Mm.
And baby, when I tell you upset,
Throw it in the trash. Throw the whole
upset.
macaroni away.
The dinner is ruined. Ruined. I hope you're proud of yourself. Hope
You
Thanksgiving
ruined
is canceled. You
Thanksgiving.
have to
Thanks a lot.
cancel Thanksgiving. Thanks a lot. And I was in college at this time. And so I used to look forward to coming home because
Yes,
you
because
ain't
you've
getting
been
no
eating
home cooked
college dorm
meal.
food.
I've been eating dorm food, oodles of noodles, going to the student union, eating junk food. You
Junk
just looking
food.
forward. I had been looking forward to I think I had fasted waiting for this. I
Ah!
said I need my stomach to be at optimal level when I get home. Pissed me off when I
Oh, I know
tell
you was
you.
pissed. Big
Hot.
time.
Fire truck hot. Everybody at the table was hot. And to this day, we still talk about it every Thanksgiving. Remember that time you put Italian dressing into your mac and cheese? And almost ruined Thanksgiving.
No, not almost. You ruined it. It's ruined. It's ruined.
and, then, and then one time, my aunt, who's an amazing baker, had home shop, all this. So uh, we used to do big Thanksgivings. Like my mom, a majority of my mom's side of the family is in Atlanta because she
Mm.
grew up in Atlanta, a town like the city of Atlanta,
Mm.
not Atlanta, the actual Atlanta.
Mm.
So a lot of them are here. So we used to all get together. Like, it would be big. I'm talking about 30, 40 plus people coming
Mm.
together. So my aunt always made the pastries. And even still to this day, where we don't necessarily all get together in such big coops anymore, she still makes pies and stuff for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So she made the sweet potato pie, pound cake, all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
She made sweet potato pies. We be looking forward to my aunts, and I'm not a big sweets person,
Mm-hmm.
but my auntie's sweet potato pies are delicious. I mean, some of the best. So one year we go again, everybody cutting the pie, going in to taste it. And I'm talking about it tasted like an Idaho potato. It was like, why does this just taste like a potato? What is going on? Tell me why she forgot to put the sugar in the pie.
Mm.
Just nothing. Just a whole bunch of
Just a
nothing.
bite of disappointment.
It was so bad.
Mm.
I'm like, what is going on?
Mm.
Why would what you mean you forgot to put sugar in the pie?
You didn't taste the batter before you poured it.
I don't know if it's because she just makes so many, because she be making them for the whole family, and then she be making them
Mm-hmm.
for her family. And
Mm-hmm.
my uncle, they go to both houses, so she does make quite a bit. every Thanksgiving. At least
Mm-hmm.
6 to 10 pies she's making.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
baby, I those probably the only 2 times something was actually messed up
Mm-hmm.
at the Thanksgiving table.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed, I believe, Lord, that nothing will be messed up this year. It will be delicious, a delicacy. And we will have a feast, and it will be delicious. Where are y'all going to? You said y'all not having it at your house this year?
Mm-mm. My
I know your
sister's
mama happy.
ecstatic. Aesthetic. So,
It's a lot putting together. I don't know if people realize it's a lot putting
and
together Thanksgiving
expensive.
menu. Expensive. I had already been helping my mom cook, but I just really, when I actually did it by myself, thankfully the last Friendsgiving I hosted, even though I made a lot of the main dishes, people still brought stuff. Like one of my friends brought mac and cheese. Somebody else I think brought like sweet potatoes or yams, some kind of dessert. Other people brought cakes. So that alleviated. But like you talk about cooking a turkey, that's hours. Especially if you're cooking a big turkey. Talk about multiple hours. If you're
I
cooking
wish I could take
greens.
a jerk turkey. I bet that would be fire.
So I'm gonna say something that's real Atlanta, and I'm gonna make it, and y'all can judge me because first of all, I don't even really be eating meat like that. I'm pescatarian. I can't even tell you the last time I touched something other than fish.
Mm.
But I'm gonna eat some turkey. But I saw a recipe for a deep fried hot lemon pepper turkey.
You know what?
And baby,
I
I'm
bet that's
making it.
fire.
I'm making it, and I will report back next week on how delicious it was. Because,
I bet that's
baby,
delicious.
I ain't got to fry the turkey. Shout out to the father of our lovely producer who be outside. He's a man's man. He be cooking, whipping it up. He will be dropping the bird for me in the grease.
You know
I'm gonna
what?
buy me a little good 4 pounder. I don't need nothing big. A little
You know
something,
what?
something.
I bet that's delicious.
Baby, I'm gonna try to find a video and send it to you. It looked so good.
I bet that's really good.
My mouth started salivating. I
I
said,
bet
good
that's really good.
God. Is it because I'm from Atlanta and I like hot lemon pepper?
Mm.
What is happening? But that looks delicious and
I
I
think
need it in
delicious.
my life. So I'm gonna make that. I surely am. But a
Hmm.
jerk turkey, I think would set it off too.
I think it would be
I
set
think
it
a
off.
jerk turkey to set it off. You want to know what we did one year that was kind of fire? We did seafood and regular. So we
Mm.
had like a little boil.
That sounds like up my alley. What I'm talking about.
It was a feast. We had a
I'm
good
talking
time.
about.
Now it
But
was a lot
see,
of food.
that my problem would be I wouldn't eat my turkey. I wouldn't eat my Thanksgiving food. I'd just be about that boil. See, that would be problematic. I wouldn't be thinking about no turkey. Give me the boil bag.
See
Give me
what
the boil
happened?
bag. I
See,
eat the turkey tomorrow.
this is why you was going. This is why I ate the turkey. So the boil seasoning, I dipped the turkey in.
You
Delicious,
know what?
delicious.
That sounds like that's good.
I may tell
You
you
know
a
what?
joke, but I never tell you a lie. Okay?
You know what? I never thought about that. That be love sauce, get you some dip your turkey in that be love sauce.
Be
Ah!
love. I made the be love sauce one time. It was so many ingredients. It's like
so
almost 30
many,
ingredients in that
so
sauce.
many
I said,
things
good
happening.
God. Why are there so many things in this
It's
sauce?
good
But it was
though. Don't get it
delicious. But
twisted.
it is a lot of sodium
It's a
though. Can't
lot.
eat that every day.
Cannot.
Cannot eat that every day.
Blood pressure sky high. No
Oh,
wonder you're on blood pressure medicine. That's why. Put the be love sauce.
put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down. I've been wondering about people who do the mukbangs and they eat seafood every day.
That's
Like,
wild.
what are y'all doing?
Y'all wilding.
How are you getting through this?
I don't know. Y'all wilding. Y'all doing way too
The,
much.
the
Too much
only person
happening.
I know, there's this white guy who does mukbangs. I don't know if he still do them, but he used to do them. And I'm talking about eating like massive amounts of burgers, fries,
That's
pizzas, all kind of stuff.
disgusting.
It
It's
is
so
very goodness.
nasty.
It's actually not good to look at. But he balanced with working out, and he was strict about it. So
Mm-hmm.
like he would work out enough to burn the maximum amount of calories,
Mm-hmm.
and he stayed shredded for the most part when I would see him online. But I'm not. I will scroll a little bit through a mukbang, but I usually can't watch the whole thing. And they're getting a little out of control now because
Yeah,
they're eating so much. It used to just
that.
be the conversation that I used to
I don't
like, where
like
people used to
that.
get together.
It turns me off. I do like to see a food review, like how does it taste, what this is like.
Yeah.
But I don't like eating massive amounts of food. That grosses me out. That's weird to me.
But see,
Please
the
stop.
thing is, I I I like the ones, or I used to watch the ones where it was like actual like mukbang, where they would have like guests, or they would, and it was just like regular eating. They're not shoving a whole pack of noodles with a fork into their mouth. That I
That's
cannot.
disgusting.
And
Mm-mm.
I'm also
Please
not
stop.
really into ASMR either. I don't like
Mm.
that. Not it's not with eating.
Not
Not
with
with anything
eating. Not
really.
with eating.
Not with
I
anything
like
really.
I like it when I see like people doing spa stuff.
Oh, I can see that.
I like that.
That's nice.
hmm
I haven't watched one of
I
those,
like
but I guess I
relaxing, but
could.
I like watching people like. This sounds very strange, but this is gonna sound little bit weird. But I like to see people getting pampered. It just relaxes me. How it relaxes me, I don't know. But
Maybe you envision yourself
I
getting
don't know.
pampered
I just like
eventually.
it. They be playing like soft music and they be like, ooh, and you rubbing their shoulders and stuff. I like it.
I'm
hmm
gonna tell you something. I don't know if this is a chain, but if you all have a thing called Treat Your Feet in your city, please go to it.
Treat your feet.
Yes, it is a spa. Well, it's not technically a spa. It's a massage parlor.
hmm
And you can get different packages from foot massages that are like 30 minutes to hour,
hmm
head massages, shoulder, and you're in these like almost, the new movie theater chairs that like recline and they're like soft and
Oh
comfortable.
wow.
You in that, and when I tell you, and you're in a dimly lit room, that spa music's going, they got the
hmm
humidifiers going around you, and they get to work, baby,
hmm
on your
You know
feet
what?
and your head and your shoulders.
I love massages, but sometimes I'm a little weary because I be see people been into so many different things, like spiritually. I'm like, what you
Hmm.
into? So
Yeah.
I would like to find a Christian massage therapist because I don't want you doing no Reiki on me and I don't even know. You doing these hand signals behind my no ma'am. No ma'am.
Your face
Keep that to
down so
your
you don't know.
keep that to yourself. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want you to do a Reiki on me. I just want you to massage your deep tissue, okay? Keep
Keep
your
it.
spiritualities to your own self.
Keep
So
it.
I would love to find a Christian,
That
because
would
some
be
people be
me.
doing stuff, putting these little crystals around your head,
I don't
doing the
need nothing
pendulums.
released. I don't need
Uh.
nothing released except this muscle tissue. I
Uh,
don't need no spiritual release. I don't need no. I'm good. Just
I don't want
release
you
the
swinging
muscles.
nothing on top of me. Nope.
Clicking that bell.
Nope. Nope. In my ear. Ding a ding, ding a ding, ding a ding. Clashing cymbals. No, ma'am. Sound bowls. No. I don't want any of it. Keep it to yourself. Oh, I don't want it. So I
If
don't
that's
want
not a
all that.
thing, if that's not a thing, I mean, I'm sure somewhere in the world someone has one, but that would be a good business idea. I feel like a
Just
Christian
Yeah,
holistic
cause
spa type of thing.
I don't want you doing because it's like massage and Chinese medicine. It kind of they be doing getting up into stuff, and
Hmm.
so and not to say I'm not. Some Chinese medicine I think is good. I don't really know. I can't really speak on it because I don't know enough. But I mean like tissue, anything dealing with the tissue, just your body, okay. But when you get all up in the chakras and you finna do something with my eye, my other eye, no, ma'am. You finna, no, ma'am. We not, no.
I
I
have
don't
two
want you.
eyes.
I
That's
don't
it.
want that. I just want you to get this kink out my neck. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you messing with nothing else.
That's true. I'm not a big masseuse connoisseur. Like I've had a handful of them in my lifetime, but I do like a nice spa. I do
Mm-hmm.
like a nice foot massage. Hand massages I actually really do enjoy.
No,
Hand me
rub
the
my
honor.
back. I went to one place. This lady, this little Asian lady, she got on the table behind me and came up behind me and said, "Crack." I said,
Oh wow.
I was
Okay.
stunned. I was just sitting there like this, like my eyes flashed before my life flashed before my eyes.
A not release, sweet
I was
release.
like, did you just crack my whole back, little 4'10" lady? It's quite an experience.
A good
Very,
back crack does feel good.
I'm sure it
You,
does. But
oh, you remember?
one time I went to a chiropractor and I came out of there like this and I ain't never been back. I said, how you make
Wait,
my
you
shoulders
came out of there like
uneven?
what?
Like
You came
this.
out.
Like this. My shoulders was uneven. It was uneven and I never went back. I said, you're not gonna get another chance to mess me up. First time,
You'll
shame
never
on
get
me.
another chance to
Second time,
disrespect me.
shame on you. You never gonna get another chance. You're never gonna get me another chance, boy. They might still be uneven for all I know, but you're not gonna get another chance. I was like, uh, it's uneven.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible.
No, I
Terrible.
never been to a chiropractor. I really never.
I just want to try it, I think.
I get that. Like I haven't done enough research, but I have also like in the past wanted to try like acupuncture and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done that yet. I was about to say, you remember that time we went to the spa here in Atlanta, Jeju?
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice time. Did you hear what happened to them?
Mm-mm.
They
I
got
could
shut
see that
down.
being very controversial, especially in Atlanta.
It wasn't just controversial. They got shut down for like some sex happy ending
Are
stuff
you
going on.
kidding me?
They like
They
there
was
are multiple in the city, but that particular one we went to was the one that got shut down.
they were doing
Yeah.
like
They were doing this was like this was maybe
wow.
like maybe within the last couple of years. So this is like years past since we went, because when we went it had just opened, almost just opened. It was maybe like a few months old. But yes, I saw that on the news and I said, "Oh my goodness, we went there. Could have been
Was it for
like
the girls or for the guys?
they never. I didn't read
Because
enough.
I
I
feel
don't know if
like
they
the ladies
specified.
used to massage the ladies and the guys used to massage the guys.
I think it was one of those situations where you go in and you know what to ask for, so they lead you into a particular part
Oh, you
of
in the
the
special
massage
area.
part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like
Mm-hmm.
if you get in a massage and they feel like you may be into it, maybe they'll ask you kind of
Kind
thing.
of like the script club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, if you kind of
VIP.
giving off that if you're giving off that vibe, they may be like, yeah, you wanna kick it up a notch.
Oh my God.
Whatever. That's disgusting, but I digress. Anywho, well, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. We hope that you all also are looking forward to Thanksgiving. If you're not able to spend it with family, if you are choosing not to spend it with family,
Oh.
for whatever reason, do something well and kind for yourself on Thursday. Take yourself to a movie, take yourself out to eat if you can. Go to the store, get the ingredients and cook yourself a meal. Like sit down or binge watch your favorite television show. Like just do something that's going to make you happy, make you feel good. Go for a hike. It may actually be a good time to go for a hike cuz the trails won't be jam packed with
Yeah, that
people.
might be fun. A
Be
Thanksgiving
safe.
hike, I would totally be down for that.
Yeah, rent a bike, ride around your city. It should be a little bit more quiet. do something for yourself while you're out there. And for those of you who will be with your family, we pray that you enjoy it. Don't let nobody rope you in to getting out of character, because I know some people spend the time with family, and baby, some of y'all about to see family, and with all the recent events of the election and everything, it's
Don't be
gonna blow up
arguing
like the
about Trump and
it's gonna
Kamala.
blow up like the center. I don't want to
Don't be
say it
arguing
completely.
about
Like what
politics.
Biggie said. Don't let it, and don't let Auntie make you feel bad because you ain't bringing nobody to Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't
Remember the
feel bad.
clapbacks.
My family
Look,
used to it. No,
well,
I'm not bringing a ninja home unless he finna buy me a home. Okay, finna put me in a home.
period. Don't let no, yeah, just please don't let the negative go and enjoy your food.
I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Don't let me
Uno,
buy
Uno
a
cards and all.
uncle. Don't let the misogyny. Just go get your plate. Even if you go get the plate, chill for a good 20, 30, and you know what I'm saying? Get your plate to go and head back to the house. Do what you
Mhm.
gotta do. Don't let nobody upset you. Cause like it's just we already got enough stress in the world. Don't let nobody else stress you out.
And you know what I'm saying? Make amends. Here's the thing.
Make
Life is very
amends.
short. You don't know
Yes, it
what's gonna
is.
happen next year, who's gonna be here next year, who's not gonna be here. And if you are, you know, in a situation where you're not speaking to people and all of that, just chop it up, chop the beef up, eat it, and let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't want your last interaction with somebody. You never know somebody's time. You don't want your last interaction with someone to be you held on to things. You know what I'm saying? You want to just show love, forgive, let it go, and move forward.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And this is, you know what I'm saying? At least try.
At least try.
If you extend that olive branch and, you know what I'm saying, they try to chop it off or they not with it, then you have done your part. And
Hmm.
you can feel well about essentially, at least you tried. Because
At
what I
least you
have come to
tried.
gather and learn is that a lot of people who have these like really tough times getting over people passing is regret,
Mm,
because
so
they
true.
didn't make amends, because they
Yeah.
didn't spend enough time, because they
Yeah.
felt like they never really told this person how they felt and how much
Yeah.
they loved them and
Yeah.
appreciated them. So you really do not know. I mean, it wasn't last year, maybe a year or two ago. I was taking my sister home from Thanksgiving, and there was a literal accident right in front of me. Like,
Mm.
I keep a really good distance between me and the car in front of me. At least I try to. This car, vroom by, lost control, spun out, hit the car in front of me, spun out again and hit. I wasn't far enough back to stop.
Hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? Seeing you just see stuff like that, you just don't know. That was on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
Thanksgiving Eve, we had just had a great night, family come together, we
Hmm.
capping it off, going home, and now somebody may not be going home.
Hmm.
So don't let, in the grand scheme of things, a lot of stuff that we hold on to is petty.
Mm.
It just don't matter. Now there are
Hmm.
some big issues that is like, okay.
Hmm.
But if you can try to, and last thought on this, making amends and forgiving does not have to equal re-entry.
Right. Hmm.
So if you want to like make the amends, forgive, move on, you don't necessarily, if you feel like that person does not need to be in your life anymore, you don't want that, you know what I'm saying, still make the amends and be okay with that.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be a reconvening or reconnection or anything like that. So
Hmm.
make the amends, y'all. Let
Yeah.
the turkey soothe you. Let the yams soothe your soul, coat your spirit and your heart. As you enter into this holiday. Well, y'all, this was fun reminiscing about Thanksgiving. We have had a good time, and we hope that you all did too. It's another episode of the Friendship University. You all know where to find us. We are at Funny Podcast on mostly all of our platforms. That's at FUNIPODCAST. That's on Twitter. That is on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page, Friendship University Podcast. Check us out there. Go follow, like, share, comment, subscribe. We got our YouTube. Check out the visuals every Friday. And we will see y'all next week. Have a good holiday. Peace.
Bye.